Hello everybody, welcome to Achievement Hunting 101. Class is now in session for level 23. We have a packed show for you guys tonight, so let me introduce to you all my co-hosts. First up, we have Nate, or Koosh Moose. What's up, buddy?
Not a whole lot. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Next up, we have L, or Big L. How's it going?
Hello.
And with us also, we have Corey, Rocker Dude 5012.
How do you do?
And lastly, we have a very special guest. We have the man with the gift of gab, Mr. Freamwhole himself, Freamwhole. How's it going?
It is going great. How are you guys doing?
Wonderful. Got a great show.
Depending on when this comes out, you may have already heard my voice this week because Elroy and I have been telling stories on a separate sub show. So we recorded our second one just a little bit ago.
I can't wait to hear that one.
I will have to stay a while and listen to that.
I don't know.
I see what you did there.
There might not be any room on the Dropbox for you
Good
two.
stuff.
It's a lot of gab.
It is the free version of the account.
Ah.
Yeah, you're definitely going to run out of space. Elroy paid for the upgrade.
How nice of him.
That man's rich. He's got a stady job, so, you know. That cush
And
government
Sugar
job.
Mama out here.
I mean, that's why they say, like, you know, why everyone wants to be a teacher, because they make so much money.
Yeah,
Yes,
get
exactly.
Right?
Respected
Right.
by everyone, yeah.
Get summers off.
That's the way to do
That's
it,
the actual
especially for GTAC.
Ooh, that'll be perfect for this G-Task. He can get it when everybody is in it and the cutoff is real low since it's moving to the summer.
All right, so let's get started with the show tonight. And first things first, let's head on over to the proclamation point. Take it away, El.
Proclamation point. All right. You guys remember this guy, Redemption Denied?
Oh my gosh, again?
I
The
do.
redemption point.
Is he
Is this
still
even
playing?
right? Second in all of TA in true achievement score.
That dude bit some high ratio. He's all about that connect.
I don't think he plays 360 anymore, if I remember correctly.
I thought he
Oh,
loved the
bummer.
360.
And the Connect didn't come out for the one, right? I mean, definitely not. Definitely not at launch
No,
as a
of course not.
paperweight sitting up here. No.
I got mine looking
I'm
at me
thinking
right
I
now.
said Cortana when I didn't say. Damn it! Now it freaking picks me up. Ah.
That was the worst.
Ah.
Especially playing.
Metism has gotten 21,750 achievements. Good job, Mr. Ism.
Way to go.
Professor Pluto and his whiteboard have completed 300 games and 93% completion percentage. Way to go.
That's really
a high
way to
mark.
go.
That being said, I don't think he actually has a professor degree. I think he's like a Dr.
He
Dre
also,
type
don't
guy.
tell anyone,
Faker.
doesn't have the old DLC set, so I don't know about
Oh.
that.
Oh, no.
Oh, big asterisk.
Oh, audible
That
gas.
doesn't count.
Edit that out. Edit him out.
True Marvelous,
I got too many. I
a
got too many
repeat
friends.
offender on the proclamation point, has 41,000 achievements won.
What was his? What was Professor Pluto's
93%.
milestone? Yeah, try 87.5.
Oh, there it is.
Ooh.
What a loser.
Oh,
Step it up.
pretty poor.
Goes from an A down to a B.
Speaking of completion percentage milestones, you may have heard of this guy, Skeptical Mario.
It's enough to me.
Who totally did his extra life stream on the day you were supposed to do it. Like, totally.
December 29th.
When everyone planned it.
But he got 80 million milestones, too many to read here. But he's now in the
For
top
real, so.
2,000 of the TA difference leaderboard. He's in the top 5,000 on TA, and he got 82% completion.
I'm skeptical on that.
And what was it, a 24-hour period or so? He got 514 achievements, 24,000 gamer score, and 85,000 TA.
That's awesome.
That's absurd.
Does that count the second day where he went back for a little bit more, or?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Well, if not, then it's
He
even
did
more
a lot.
impressive. Yes.
And completed a lot of hard games. Ugh.
It's been preloading for a long time for that Extra Life stream.
Kronos had one of those achievement goal thingies, and he did it right on time, I believe. 10,000 achievements. And Carnage also had a goal set for 3,000 games played by January 1st, and he got it just in the nick of time.
Way to go, guys.
Yeah, I think he did like 25 games in the last day. He was pushing.
Jeez.
All ID.
Probably.
What's the chances it wasn't?
And we had our very special listener, woo! I believe he's got the correct settings if you want to check that one, but he got 95% completion percentage.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure he's got a very high ratio as well.
Pretty good.
Well, if he's got all DLC, that is very
95.18.
way to go.
Still climbing. All right, now we got the hostesses with the mostesses. Elroy, OMJ.
Love that guy.
There you go. Had a goal as well for 2018 to be in the top 500 of TA Gamerscore leaderboard. And we won't tell anyone that he did it on January 1st, but he did it.
Oh,
Way to go. Missed it by days, but way to go.
He did it. It's good. Cosmos.
I know that guy.
Kushan Squirrel. Moose use. The top 5,000 on TA with 11,000 achievements won. Way to go, Kush. I see big things for you in 2019, but more on that later.
Way to go.
Fream.
What
You
is
got
up?
250,000 gamer score, my friend.
Quarter
There it
mil,
is.
Whoop,
baby. Only way to go but up.
Nicely done. Hey, there's one more name on this list.
What I can.
Big L.
I know
I don't
him.
know.
What'd he do?
I am now in the top 50 in New York gamer score. That is
Woohoo.
crazy. So we
How do you feel?
it is a big
It's a
state.
big state.
There's other luminaries such as Matriarch, Toadstyle Venom, and Carnage. And number one
I'm just talking.
is recent million gamerscore person Bill Zoomladi. So congrats to him and to everybody else on this proclamation point.
What's your gamer score at now that you're in the top 50?
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay.
Were you actively shooting for a top 50, or did it just happen?
Nope.
Hey, I didn't put mine on there, but I am in the top 50 in Minnesota.
Hey, way to go.
It's pretty good.
I might have read that last week, my friend.
Well, just
Oh,
give
I
yourself
didn't hear
2
it.
months. You'll get there. You'll get caught up.
Hooray! I am listening to Halloween podcast now. Oh, it's so bad.
Trick or treat.
So
you get
bad.
lapped.
I am.
You need
It's
less
awful.
podcasts or more time. Jeez, you was.
I try to listen while I'm like in the lab and stuff, but my battery keeps dying. Yeah, it's
You don't have an
it's
outlet?
not good.
Take a charger.
I got a lot of. Well, I'm working like with chemicals and stuff. I can't be plugged into a wall. I have to walk around and stuff.
So is Minnesota
Yeah, foof.
competitive? I mean, what's going on there?
There's a
Who?
mango here. Mango, Mr. Black
you might
Magic,
surpass
Weasel
Mighty
Pizza.
Mango, if things,
Those are the.
I don't know.
He stopped gaming.
It looked like he's gaming for fun.
it's
Ew,
That guy.
Yeah.
I'm
gross.
playing Forza Horizon 4 earlier. You can't do that.
I see him in Rocket League with Stu a lot.
You can't do that. What?
What?
Yeah, it's true.
That's
Who?
not him.
Weasel
That's
Pizza?
Weasel Pizza.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Mango.
Oh, mango. Oh, no. No mango. No mango sightings.
That's another food. By the way, don't put mango on pizza. That's just gross.
So is pineapple.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, people from Minnesota put mangoes,
Do they?
apparently.
Okay.
That's just weird. What's going on in your state?
I can't corroborate that.
Dirty secret.
And that was Proclamation Point.
Way to go, everyone. All right, so next thing we want to get to is our own house contest challenge thingy, the FRAC, Foof's Ridiculous Annual Challenge.
Is it really that ridiculous?
For Foof it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
It also fits it so we can say FRAC.
Yeah, he really had to have that.
Well, you could change the R to something like, you could do Freak and do Foof's Relatively Easy Achievement Challenge.
I like that.
Hey now.
I'm not going to tell you some of the ones that are on the cutting room floor, Fream. I'll tell you after the show. There were some other F words that were mentioned,
Definitely cannot say them on air.
but he didn't want to say them.
The After Hours podcast.
But first order of business in this is courtesy of Michelle. As we said last week, we made different suggestions on how to go about getting a foof, and she wants to go ahead and give a prize out to one of these interesting ways if you go about getting it. Michelle wants to give out an ACA game to someone who can earn a foof without playing an ACA game. So there'll be some sort of random drawing. So if a whole bunch of people do it, one person can get it. If there's three, maybe she'll be nice. Give out multiple copies. Now, she did want to give us, she did want to specify how we want to go about this. Now, since most people will probably be playing ACA games throughout the year, if you get your 100,000 exactly and you played an ACA game, you're out of the running. But now, let's for instance, you say get 130,000, and one of those was, and some of those gamer score was an ACA game. That's okay. It's like you have a 30,000 point buffer. As long as there's 100,000 points there, without an ACA game, you're in the running for an ACA game at the end of the year.
That is not how I understood it.
How
That
did
sounds
you
about right.
understand it?
She said 100,000 consecutively without an ACA game. Now, that is counterintuitive to some challenges, like one that we will mention later where you have to play an ACA game.
I've
Oh, have you?
accepted other
Okay.
ones.
Oh,
Well,
Someone posted about the Sega
Oh.
Vintage Collection. I gave
Okay.
a thumbs up to. Or the Pac-Man Arcade Classics. Or Dig Dug or whatever.
so anyways, like Michelle's example, she was working on Puzzle Bobble last night, I believe, which is an ACA game. So she was going to get it out of the way early and then work on her foof afterwards. So you could do before or after, just 100,000 gamer score consecutively without an ACA game was her challenge, as I understood it.
that is not how I understood it. So
That does not surprise me.
we will figure this out and get a for sure answer next week.
This is what happens when you're not on the show, Michelle.
Darn it, Michelle, it's all your fault.
Well, she's not here to defend herself, so I think she said she's going to give an ACA game to everyone who completes a foof.
And everyone in the Discord? Okay. That's fine. Every time Senua
I
says
can get on board
something, ACA games for...
Oh no.
Oh. Excuse me.
So anyways, yes, this is a challenge that we have created, and we have a leaderboard on TA where you can find a link to join it, and that way we can track who wants to participate. And then Michelle, at the end of the year, will use your period summary to peruse through your gamer score gains throughout the year to see if you met your FOOF or not. So come and join. Why
More
not?
the merrier.
FOOF!
And also, speaking of giveaways, I want to do a drawing for the end of the year. I want to do it a little bit differently. For every FOOF that you are able to get, it'll gain you an entry into the contest, or into the running, I should say.
Okay.
So if
Every FOOF, every 100,000 gamer score.
every 100,000 that you're able to do, you'll get an entry, and at the end of the year, I will give away some game. I don't want to say what game it is now, because more likely than not, you'll wind up getting it before the end of the year. So either a game or a gift card or something. We'll figure that out at the end.
We should up the ante here.
Oh boy.
If you can't hit a FOOF, everybody gets additional drawings.
I'll think about that.
How long did it take you to get to
I
100,000?
have no idea how long I've been on. I've had my gamer tag.
Okay. And you think you
I'm
might be able to
going to
do it
go
in 1
to
year?
Well, we're 2 days down. How's the outlook looking? Projecting forward, how are you looking?
I'm doing pretty good. I like it. I like my odds so far.
I looked. He had a good
Good.
January
Great.
1st, actually.
Okay.
But
Michelle
if
must have
that-
gotten a raise or something, because she also gave away not 1, not 2, but 3 copies of Level 22 last week to Carpe Adam, What the Fug, and Prue, who were the first 3, or only 3, to harass her like we told you to on the show. We told you to harass her with private messages, with random pictures. I
Good
think
job
Elroy
sending
messaged
them
her
duck pics.
some ducks as well. Or I don't know what he was doing. But,
duck pics, I
duck
mean, come
pics,
on.
yeah.
Everybody wants duck pics.
We wanted to reward our loyal listeners who listened without us even putting an announcement that the episode was up. So good job to you guys, and thanks again to Michelle.
That's pretty
Yes,
cool.
it was.
I've played level 22. It's kind
It's
of
a
fun.
very good game.
I just started that the other day for the 12 Days of Christmas. It was fun. I am enjoying it so far.
Yeah, I used it for a bunch of collectibles. I think I got 5 or 6 out of it.
Yes, Michelle was in the giving in the Christmas spirit. Gave out 3 copies instead of 1. So thank you,
Yeah.
Michelle, for that.
We call her Jewish Santa.
Oh, gosh.
What?
So, Carpe, Fug, Prue, and Chin, enjoy your copies.
Yes. So if that was throw it to the other Jew in the room. Fream, why don't you go ahead and tell us why you're on? Talk about your completion.
Definitely not that. So my completion challenge every year, let's see, since 2016, I've hosted it over at the Zed forums, forum.z2z.com, and it's just this silly thing that I do every year where I was trying to find ways to encourage people to get completions, because I like completions, DLC included, of course. But what I've done is every year I've created a list of 30 different themes for the year that you try to unlock one game that fits that theme. And so this year I posted a list a little early. I like to do it before the sales at the end of the year. Of course, by the time this show comes out, sales will be over, so you'd have to keep your eye out for the next big, what is Easter sale, I think the next
Probably.
one. But likely you have plenty of stuff in your backlog to get this covered. And so if you're interested in play, it's free, it's fun. I claim there's prizes. I may or may not give one out. I don't know. It's really just kind of a personal challenge to just encourage completions. This year, if you have any questions, I've been answering questions in the forum, the Z2Z forum, or in Discord, or private messages or whatever. A lot of people asking, like, hey, so, like, with the bird one, can I do an Angry Birds game? Yes. Angry Bird counts as a bird. What's another one? People are like, okay, is this thing a demon? Is this a devil? How, it's a lot of questions like that. And also, there's a lot of self-policing. I saw Saucy Slingo put a bunch of things in there, and like he had 4 games in there that weren't even close to qualifying.
I believe that.
It was like,
Probably
yeah,
on purpose.
Yeah, like absolutely doesn't count. There's a lot of fun things out there to play and to work on, and this also goes in hand with another challenge that was launched this year with Iron Fist of Snuff. He just recently joined your guys' Discord channel, but he likes my completion challenge and wanted to take it up a notch, make it a little bit more competitive, and so mine goes credit to that. I think sign up for that is over, but maybe if you bother him enough, he might let you in. But yeah, so I'm working on that too. Just more reasons to get completions, because you'll hear when we get to goals, that's a big focus of mine this year. So yeah, that's my completions challenge for the year. 30 games, 1 year, and there are some specific things you need to do. Do you guys have a favorite? Have you looked at the list?
I definitely perused the list. I don't really have a favorite. I probably have like half of it planned out. But the game that has a VR port has me very interested, because I only can think of one game, and it's not going to be fun to play it.
What game is that?
What game?
Keep talking and nobody explodes.
Ooh.
There's probably other ones,
Oh, yeah.
but
Oh, that was Waka's
okay,
favorite
no,
game.
I'm not Mario.
Superhot's a good one. So Spookyhurst posted that Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Does that have a VR
Does it?
in it? I don't remember if that had a VR port. I'm playing that right now. I'm going to complete it tomorrow night. That game
I
is
can't wait
awesome.
to start that game.
Now here's the thing. Like, I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and it's one of those. And I think the common refrain is, people ask like, "Did you enjoy it?" It's not really a game to enjoy per se, but I absolutely appreciate everything they've done, and it is really messing with me. Like, it is cool as hell. So you're not gonna come. So here, let me just put it this way: I will play 1 or 2 levels of Hellblade, and then I had my Yoku's Island Express backup so that I
Palate cleanser.
could cleanse the
Yeah.
mind before I went to bed. Yeah, some happy, fun pinball Metroidvania action. So let's just put it that way.
Okay.
I hear nothing but
they're-
good things about Hellblade.
Oh, I'm sure it's great. It's on my list to play this year for sure. It looks like they did add a VR patch, or a VR edition did come out, so I guess that would count.
Hell
Hellblade, yeah.
Oh, that's great. I'm totally adding that. I was going to use the apostrophe in that one, but no way. I'll do... Because I can use Yoku for that now. This is all just coming together, baby.
I like the completed game takes at least 50 hours to complete, and I'd like to do that in under 50.
Ooh.
I was looking.
Minecraft.
There you go. I was looking
Yeah,
at
that's
that
like 40.
as well. I was thinking, this is the year to complete Idle Champions. Let's get that done.
I mean, to be honest, yeah, like any of the Microsoft casual games, like, they're all 200 plus. But realistically, I mean, are you playing 200 plus hours? Like, you're playing 3 minutes a day of word games or something to
Right.
get that. Like, it just so happens it takes 12 months to do.
And even then, it doesn't pop. Right, Fream?
Oh.
Doesn't. Hey, I got it now, though. That's also in my goals for this year. But yeah, so we should move into that, because man, we've been dancing around the subject all day.
Well, first I wanted to say that the VR game that I put on my list to go for is Borderlands 2, which I didn't even know
Oh, that's a cheap shot.
had VR until you posted that deal about something or other. So
Do you think
hopefully,
you're actually going to complete that?
yeah, get your ass on your Xbox and we'll
Can't
play it.
remember what the hell show I was watching. It was like a show that very much catered to women. That's right. It was like a. I think my wife was catching up on like Days of Our Lives or something, and in there was a commercial for Borderlands VR. I'm like,
What?
are you kidding
Target
me?
audience is very
Why?
off.
Yeah, it's like all they ever do on those, like between the antidepressants and the soap, like I don't know where Borderlands VR fits
Interesting.
in, but maybe.
Well, the big
To
article,
each their own.
news article of the day was the 87-year-old grandma who played 4 straight years of Animal Crossing New Leaf, and then her 3DS broke, and a GoFundMe was started for her. But yes, so you never know.
Borderlands is a little different, but I get what you're coming from.
You never know.
That's
Who's
also like
playing
the
what?
grandmother that streams Skyrim. I forget how old she is. I think she's
Yes.
80-some years old. Streams Skyrim like every day or something like that.
Does she have any
I-
goals
I
for
think-
2019?
I think that's just I think that's just Prue in a gray wig, so I don't know.
Ah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I think so.
He has to do something to take up his time now.
Exactly.
That's right.
All right, but yeah, let's go on into our goals now. Koosh, why don't we start with you? What do you got for 2019?
Yes, so for 2019, my initial goal was to hit 400,000. I think we touched on this last week. So I'm sitting a little under 300,000. Figured I'd round out to the 300 and then go for a full foof to get it up to 400K. And in order to do that, I'm going to try to clean up some of the backlog. I'm creating goals for specifically Disney Infinity 360, the Disney Infinity 2 stack on 360 and 1, and same with the Disney Infinity 3 stack on the 360 and the 1. And then I also have the same Lego Star Wars games that I've had for at least the past 2 years. That's the original trilogy and I forget what the other one is, but it's one of the, I think it's like the first Star Wars Lego game, and I've just had those on my list. I've got like, I'm gonna say 3 achievements left in one, and they're the ones for getting everything. So it's the bulk of the
Oh,
work.
good. 3 achievements in like 16 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's my 50 hour. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, that
and
takes
it's
so
just like
long.
get all the gold bricks, get all the red bricks, get all the bricks. So that's what I have left for that one, and the other I had barely even started. I just figured, why not? I need to get through the Lego at some point. Might as well put them down. So yeah, it's the year of completions, because I also have, I'm participating in the Fream 2019 challenge. As soon as I'm done the 2018 challenge, I still have 2 more games to go. I'm going to use stick type. Yeah, it's over,
you know,
but
that's over.
I'm still on the course. The lights are still on. There's one person out there looking
For
for
now.
me. Yes, exactly. So I'm hoping to get my space blanket at the end. But there is, so I'm looking at stick type for my 1-pointer, and I'm looking at, what was I going to use? All right, Force Unleashed for my Star Wars game. Now I'm going to get 2018 done before I move on to 2019. That's my plan. And then I'm going to try to stay on top of 2019 and get it done before,
2020.
yeah, before a week into 2020. I've in addition to that, I've also got the 12 Metroidvania challenge that was proposed by L, and that is to get at least 1 Metroidvania a month. I'm kind of chipping away at that with Wakapeil 360 right now. I'm having an awesome time doing it. Really enjoying that. I also have the 12 pre-2017 completions that was proposed by Matriarch. She said, because I had been talking about trying to get stuff done that was in the backlog, and she then threw me a hard mode challenge for that, saying, okay, hard mode would be complete a game where you haven't scored an achievement. So you've started it, but you haven't scored an achievement since, I guess, prior to 2017. So I put a list of those games together, and they're up on my blog that I'm going to go through as well.
How many games is that?
For real?
Like, what's the list at?
Oh, I didn't.
That you have options
I don't
in.
even want to know that number. I just
Oh,
there were pages
Oh,
and
it's-
pages.
it's a lot,
I got
though?
to maybe
Oh, wow.
like 5 or 6 pages in, and I was just like, okay, yeah, I've got my 12. I tried to pick games that meant something to me. Like I really enjoyed these games, or these were games that were like, I should have done this. I don't want anyone to know that I haven't done this. I can't remember them off the top of my head. I can look
Sure.
them up later. But and then Yeah. So yeah, I'm
Oh, I
trying
was
to
just
clean out
curious.
some of the backlog, like Assassin's Creed. I've just got the stupid conversations to do. So it's just one more final playthrough to get the conversations with the female lead. I can't remember her name right now. It's been Cassandra, I guess. It's been 2 or 3
Cassandra?
years since I played it. So I'm just going to wrap that up, be done with that game. That counts for one of my 12.
Wait, what? No. Oh, so you're talking
No,
about
I'm
in
talking
Syndicate.
Assassin's Creed 1.
Yeah, there's the achievement to
Oh,
talk
what?
to the what is it, like the nurse or director, whatever,
Yeah,
that puts you into the animus.
she's the tech
Oh,
consultant.
yeah. Kristen
Yeah,
Bell.
so I need to finish all the conversations with her. I'm maybe halfway through the conversations if I haven't already bungled it or framed it up. So I will.
That's a consecutive
no, you're here.
thing.
Got to use it. So I need to go back and look at that. I'm also. Why not? I'm throwing my hat in the ring for the BCM. The better completions matter, and I'm just gonna start throwing completions up on that list and see what sticks. But that's pretty much me. I'm going to try to get a ton of completions this year.
Do you have a count that you're aiming for? Like if you do all these challenges,
So I'm looking
like,
at
where would that put you?
24, 26, 28, 30. I'm looking at 30 odd, just getting the ones that I specifically want to get done. And that doesn't count like the 5-hour games that just happen.
Yeah, right. What was
I want to
your
say it was
count last year?
70, 80.
Like-
I just did this last week and I don't remember, but I think it was definitely sub 100, but I think it was in the 70 to 80 range.
That's
For
not
me,
bad.
for
Still
me,
pretty
good. Yeah.
Like to
You
hear
can
it.
have your daughter help you with the Lego and Disney ones.
I am waiting for her hand-eye coordination to improve, and then I'm going to pick up Paw Patrol on a roll. And,
That's what I'm saying.
and that's,
There you go.
and I got my eye on it. I've got a price tracker going. I'm ready. I just need all the stars to align, and then that can be a completion.
Not bad, not bad. All right, El, how about you? What
Got
goals you
my
got?
eye on you. All right. To answer your question from before, I'm sitting at around 381,000 gamer score.
So that's a ticket
So-
to the top 50.
To get a foof would bring me to around 480, but that's a boring goal. So I set my goal as 500,000 gamer score, which is just insane sounding. I'm a little worried this year
I believe in
because
you.
of the G-Task format changing. So part of the reason last year, I'm pretty sure, was dumping all those easy games into G-Task, but that might change this year with the point differential being the big change. But I'm still
that's
going to try.
Mess a lot of people up.
So I put the TA score with that from 683,000 to 800,000. Nice round number. Completion percentage, I'm at 68% right now.
Is that with DLC?
Yes. I
Okay,
had a
so it's
funny
real
little
one.
goal for this year to get to 69%. Teehee. But I kept starting new games, like Final Fantasy 15 has 90 achievements and Westorado has 70 some odd achievements. So I like to get my completion percentage higher, but it doesn't stop me from starting games if I really want to start them. My completed games, I have 318 currently. I want to get to 400. I had 70 in 2018, so that doesn't seem too bad. I actually took a page out of Mr. Freamwhole's book, and I looked at my games, and I isolated around 150 of them that I want to focus on. Yeah.
The hit list.
Only
And
150?
just
Well, you gotta,
Yeah.
it's gotta be manageable.
and I put a check mark under want to complete, and then another section for want to make progress and or beat the story. And if it's one of those, if it's a crazy game that's
Yeah.
too much to complete. It was about like 90 games on the completion side. So that's my main thing that I want to do. And of course, Metroidvanias. I set a goal to finish in the top 1,000. I'm currently in 5,634th place. So that's 2019. I'm ready for it.
If you get into the top 1,000, do you know how much gamer score that would put? Or how much
Absolutely
gamer score
not.
it takes you to get there?
Nope.
All right then.
But it's
Never mind.
doable. Have you even looked to see if it's doable?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I believe
Anything's
in you.
doable.
I
Yeah,
have faith you'll do it.
Unfortunately, a lot of these will contradict with each other. If you play Metroidvanias, you're probably playing long games and not have time for easy games or things of that nature. So we'll see what happens. A little bit of everything this year.
Set a bunch of goals. The more you have,
Sure. And
have to be able to complete one of them.
and as we're recording this, IronFistofSnuff or whatever his name is just accepted me into the Better Completions Matter competition. So completions.
There you go.
I went back
about
and took a
those
look, Fream.
completions.
I was wrong. I had 83,000 gamer score. That's where the 83 was coming from in my mind. I only have 56 completions. So I think I can top that next year.
All right.
You can do it.
Yeah,
That's what a goal is.
57.
You look to improve.
If I could sneak in a humble brag during this, well, not really a brag, but I already completed one game, 2019, and that was
There we go.
a New Year's Eve marathon played with Michelle and my wife and Michelle's brother. We played 4-player Overcooked, and
Nice.
Wow.
we had already finished it on Michelle's tag, but unfortunately it's host only for the stars, so we had to do it again for me. So we started on December 30th. I was at 23% through, and we got 40%, made it to 63%. And then on New Year's Eve, I think we played another 4 or 5 hours. So it was 4 hours on the 30th and another 4 hours on New Year's Eve. We started playing when the kids went to bed around 8. Stopped playing at 11:58 to watch the ball drop, and then went right back at it to finish it off
Well done.
in 2019.
That's fine.
There we go. Nice one.
That's a good completion.
Go ahead.
And then I dived 2019 just to check it out. We did the tutorial, and again, unfortunately, it was host only. What the hell? But it's a fun game. It gives us a reason to play it more than one.
Overcooked 2, you started?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder. I bet you online it pops for everyone, but locally it just doesn't. I don't know. But
It's dumb.
everyone clamored for online, but I don't see the point of playing that game online. It's so much fun locally and yelling at each other. And
Oh yeah.
high
You need
fives
more
after yelling.
reasons to yell at someone.
Yes. Another reason for your wife to be mad at you, right?
All right. Well, what you got for 2019, Corey?
Well, I am a simple man with some simple goals. I want to get 285,000 gamer score. That is my magical foof number. But I do have a stretch gamer score goal of 300,000 by the 2020, which is kind of crazy because I just hit 100,000 this past year, and I'm about to hit 200,000. So it's pretty fast for me here lately in the past couple years. I want to complete Fream's completion challenge. I've always set my sights on it for the past couple years that I've been in the community, but I've never quite, kept at it and actually completed games that met the criteria. So I've mapped out, like I said, about half of it, and I'm ready to go on that. And then probably my favorite goal, and I think I kind of mentioned it last week, is I want to get top 100 on the Metroidvania Gamerscore leaderboard. With the year of the Metrovania, I'm going to be playing as many as I can get my hands on. And so I think top 100 is doable. It is aggressive, especially seeing that I started in position 8,376 when I made the goal. But I've already increased 1,000 spots on the leaderboard. So, yeah,
There you go.
I'm on my way.
Now I got to see where
Destroy that leaderboard.
I plan on it. And actually, Freamwhole is 382. So
I'm at 382 in
for
the
for,
Metroid.
for gamer score, yep.
That's awesome.
So just to kind of give you some numbers, my position of 7,200 is at the 3,200 gamer score mark. And if I want to get top 100, I need to crack almost 11,000 gamer score. So for just Metroidvania games, so just an increase about 8,000 gamer score. It's not too bad. Obviously, those numbers are going to move with other people playing and whatnot, but I'm just going to focus on getting those completions as well as Fream's completions, and I'll be set. So yeah, the way I want to complete a lot of games, and I think I will complete more games this year than I ever have, but I don't think I can realistically set some crazy goals with my playtime. I need to take that into account. So yep. Yeah,
Babies.
the babies, the podcasts, and the babies there.
L.
He's talking about
I didn't
you,
have to
Al.
say it, so thank you.
Big fat baby.
All right. Well, for me, for 2019, I'm currently at, currently at 111,000 gamer score. So for me to get my foof, obviously put me at 221, but I want to go a little bit farther than that. I set a gamer score goal of 225. Nice round number. Long.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
Wow. Okay then. Jerk.
Yeah, 250 is a round number.
And ends in a 0. Close enough.
Go 250,000, man. You're right there.
That's the stretch goal. 225 is the goal.
All right.
That's what I want to hit. 250 is the stretch. With that, I also want to get 100 completed games, which shouldn't be too difficult going for all that. Lots of ACA in my future, unfortunately.
You
But
want
it's there.
100 total completions on your tag?
Yes.
Is that what you mean? Okay, how many are you at right now?
How many am I at right now? At 32.
Okay, it's ambitious.
I'm at
I like
32,
it.
so what is that math? 68. That's doable. Hopefully. Now I also have a true achievement score goal of 300,000, which will probably come relatively easy with the 225,000 gamer score. So I also have another little stretch goal of a TA ratio of 1.6, which should have wrote this down, but I believe that will put me at like 380 TA. If I'm doing that math right in my head. But that's kind of the stretch goal. That's what I want to try to get. I want to at least get my foof for this year. I'm foof, so I got to get a foof.
I don't know. It's gonna be tough to balance those ACAs and the quick and easy completions with the 1.6.
That's why
To offset
I
that.
kind of want to get that 1.6. I really want to kind of push and get some of these larger games that I have been trying for a while to get done. Like Master Chief Collection, I would love to be able to get that done this year. Partial goal is to be able to get that game done minus the lasso. If I can get the lasso achievements, awesome, but I at least want to be able to get up to that point, which is very doable. I'm nearly done with that game.
Are you, though? Are you?
Relatively speaking, I am. 600 achievements, I'm at 450, so...
Okay. Nothing to shy away from, I guess.
Relatively speaking, I am close to being done with that game, but yes, there is still quite a bit of work.
I think that you should make a sub-goal of that to beat Prue to the completion. Throw a little challenge down.
See, now here's the thing with that. I think I will do that, but you know for a fact, because I'm probably going to be doing it with him, and TA's gonna register him first before me.
Oh.
You think that you're going to get the completion on the same day, the same time?
If I do it with someone, it'll probably be Prue.
Okay.
But yes, I think
You gotta be fast on that request update button.
that I do.
There it is. Get on that pro
I
membership.
got that pro membership. I'm coming for you, Prue. Let's get that done. All right. But what about you, Fream? What do you got for the year?
Well, so 2018 statistically was my best year
go.
ever. Yeah, I increased my gamer score output by about 40%. I hit about 62,000 gamer score last
Not
year,
bad.
which for me is, like I said, a 40% increase. And that is a 100% increase from 2016 and 2015, back when I was playing long, stupid games. I would only earn about 30,000 gamer score a year. So I've upped my game in the past two, and I want to maintain that for 2019. Most of my goals are maintaining the output of 2018. I also did a 40% increase in my TA. I got about 100,000 this last year, so I'm going to try to hit 100,000 again this year. And 1,800 achievements is about a 25% increase over my normal achievement output. But the big one, and I always set like 10 gaming goals per year, and so I have my gamer score goals and my TA goals, my achievement goals. All that stuff is great, fine, fun. It's dumb to listen to, but they're out there. I set milestones and annual goals, right? So if I want to get 60,000 in a year, I also want to hit 300,000 for a lifetime number. I'll hit 500,000 TA this year. But my real goals are, so prior to 2018, I was getting about 25 completions a year. In 2018, I hit 42, nailed my completions challenge for 2018, and had this shift in my mindset toward the end of the year that, you know what, it's really about focusing on cleaning up the backlog, because we're getting to a point now where servers are going down, and your ability to play these games is getting slimmer and slimmer, and it's only a matter before Scarlet comes out, and who knows what's going to happen there. I very much assume that we'll have backwards compatibility, but if we're losing Just Dance for Wii, it's only a matter of time before
First
everything
they come
else
for
comes
your Wii,
calling.
then your 360.
Would you call that losing?
Yep. So before I get into the completion stuff, the other three random things that I'm interested in is completion percentage. I try not to start any new games this year. I'm gonna get up to 50%, get over that hump. More achievements won than open. I'm at 47.3 right now, but I have a pretty large library, so it's going to take a little bit to get there. But I should get there by July, I would think. And then the rankings. I'm currently 50th in Minnesota. I want to get to the top 40. That'll be roughly about my gamer score goal. Probably a little less, but of course everybody's moving with me. In global ranking, I am at 6,700. I want to get into the top 5,000. On TA for global gamer score, which is going to be a much more sizable jump, and I'm not a youngster here. It's a little harder for me to come by gamer score these days,
Especially
but
when you're
we'll see
getting
what
up at
happens.
4 a.m. to go to the gym.
That's right, man. I gotta get swole. It's
Hashtag
Arms Day
games.
tomorrow.
Elroy is
Yeah.
proud.
The in terms of completion, so I've got multiple completions goals out there. Of course, I'm going to do my own completions challenge. So there's 30 games there, and there'll be plenty of crossover. The Better Completions Matter contest. Now, I have no intention of being competitive. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to do the big, long, grindy games, because that's really what the focus of the contest is. It's like anyone can complete 30 games. Hell, Mario did more than 30 in a day. There's plenty of easy games out there. So that's not really the goal. And so what Iron Fist is saying is, hey, I want to give you more credit. If you're to go out and complete The Witcher this year, that's going to take you a lot longer and put more effort into than doing an ACA game. And so you're going to get rewarded for that. Well, I don't have any interest in doing that. I'm going for volume. I'm not going for a better. So I guess I'm just doing the CM challenge, where just completions matter. That's all I want. But what he did is he introduced a similar concept to my completions challenge, and threw 20 of his own themes out there, he totally gave me credit for it, which I appreciate. And his are a little bit more obscure, and more, I would say, more challenging, certainly on the longer side of things. And I've learned this after 4 years of doing this. Much more open to interpretation. So and granted, I still can't get it right. I have plenty of people asking me if different games count, but I've been a little bit better about trying to say, hey, let's make it super easy. Plus, I don't really care that much. This is really a personal goal for you. So if you are trying to cheat the system and to feel good about
Looking at
yourself,
you, Saucy.
go nuts. I could care less. So there's that. So a couple things that he's doing are these little bonus challenges. And so one of them is every month you're going to get a random game from your games collection, just anything that's available on there, and try to complete that in the month. And so in January, he said, hey, why don't you, Fream, complete Dragon's Dogma, of which you've scored one achievement in? And I said, no thanks. Could you please re-roll that? And you get one re-roll per month, and I got Don't Sink, a 2-hour completion.
Nice.
Bam!
Lucky you.
So I'm gonna finish that this month. I know, super lucky. It was fantastic. So there's the monthly one there. There's earning at least one achievement a month. Yeah, that's not gonna be a problem. And there's one where you, on his list, he has the 5 least covered genres, I guess, or the 5 overlooked. I don't know where he came up with the criteria, but Metroidvania is on there.
That's convenient.
So that's one. Got that. Action horror. I've been in the Hellblade lobby trying to say that is very much an action horror game, so I can see if I can get that genre changed before I complete it. Stealth. There's some strange stealth games that are counted. I still can't believe Assassin's Creed is considered still a stealth game, but it is. And there's plenty of other, like Reagan Gorbachev. Yeah, okay. Technically, it's a stealth game. You very much could just kill everybody at all times and don't have to be that quiet, but there's some easy stealth games out there. What's another one?
Level 22?
Vehicular combat. Yeah, that's stealth. Vehicular combat is a genre that's on there. There's a couple of easy kart racer type games, and his 5th one is strategy, I like strategy games. They're fun, especially turn-based strategy. So there's only 5 completions there. I'll get that done. And then finally, one of the other sub-challenges is the Alphabet Challenge, which I am very keen on. I'm going to get more than 26 completions, so I'm going for completing a game that starts with every letter of the alphabet. Now, he took X out of the equation. No. Come on. Let's get real. I'm going to finish XCOM Enemy Within. Enemy Unknown, that's insane. I'm not going to do that. But Enemy Within can be done, and I'm going to finish that. So I'm going to do the full alphabet this year with completions. I've already got 2 done. I finished 2 games yesterday, Yoku's Island Express and Boss 101, which I was the 101th person to finish it. That was kind of fun.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was great. And the other, so that's those 2 contests that I'm interested in doing. And then I got some personal challenges. Like this year, I am getting all of the Microsoft casual games off the table. I will hit all of my goal of my bronze 12 month marks, and so just cleaning all those up. Bingo, Jigsaw, Wordament, Word Games, Mahjongs, Minesweeper. Get them out of here. I'm done with those. And I've got a personal goal to finish Age of Empires Castle Siege before that thing closes in May. I just went to level 8. I am currently upgrading my the Hippodrome so I can get my level 4 dudes. But boy, like level 4 dudes, that's like a week each guy to level up. So, and then for 2,000 crowns, those are the last 2 achievements I need, 2,000 crowns, I'm at 1,300. So I need about 6 crowns a day, which is pretty easy, especially at these high levels. You know, I just make a beeline straight for the castle. If you can break that castle, you get 1 star, and you get a fraction of whatever their pool is. So you find someone who's not protecting it that well. But that's gonna be a doozy. Diablo 3 needs to get off the tag. I got to collect all that gold. You guys all, Kush was in that group. You guys
That's
all
not
did it,
how
left
I
me
recall.
behind, so I got to finish that thing. Yeah. And then Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare, same thing. I got to find a vampire super wave.
You still have not done that?
Just focus. Finish that. Well, I also have not played it, to be fair. The final goal I have, and I did this last year and I failed to meet it, was 150 achievements in the random to-do list. That comes to about 12 and a half achievements per month. I was getting that the last 6 months. I ended up with 129 last year, so I missed it by 21. And mostly because I took, the first 6 months, I was super casual about the lists, and I wasn't I wasn't really paying that much. I was doing other things. So now in the last 6 months, it's like I was getting 10 to 15 pretty easily. And so I think getting 12.5 would be pretty darn doable. So I'm going to make a concerted effort at that this year as well.
Right.
So yeah, there's a lot there. Completions, that's the goal. I'm going to try to get 50 this year.
There we go.
Good
Which
luck.
is a lot for me. 42
Now, I
is
don't
my
see
record.
tap tiles on your casual games list. Have you already completed that? Well, it's
Isn't that a Windows
casual
8?
game, right?
Stupid game.
Awesome.
And also, you said you wanted to hit 47.3, or you want to hit 50% completion, up from 47.3. What games are going to be your, tough to avoid games?
Well, I mean, Celeste just came out in Games with Gold. I'm super pumped on that one. And if I look at like my games list, like Elle said, I made a hit list of games really that I need to clean up. And right now I got 177 on there. And those are all games I've got one or at least some progress in. But I look at my follow-up list, like, hey, when I'm done with any of these, what games slide in? And I got a lot of fun stuff in there that I want to play. Like Doom. I want to play Doom real bad. The 2016 Doom. A lot of indie games I'm interested in. I want to start BioShock 2, the Hollow Knight, Hyper Light Drifter. There's just so many of these games. Pit People, another strategy game there.
Too many games, not enough time.
The Wolfenstein.
As far as
series,
new games
want to get
that
that
are going to
started.
be coming out
And
in this year that you know of, like what is going to be something you're just going to drop everything and go play?
Yeah, I don't think there is anything right now. I mean, really what's going to end up being is like the surprises, like the stuff that came out in December. Mutant Year Zero. I'm going to throw that on my tag. Ashen, Below. I was super excited that those came out and they were offered in Games Pass. So I'm going to be really pumped about that. I'm probably not going to get on Gears of War 5 when that comes out, but I'll probably hit Gears of War 4 this year, and God, that's going to just take a huge chunk out of my percentage because that's got 1 billion achievements attached to it. So those types of games will certainly set me back quite a bit. I apologize to anyone who is friends with me and saw my epic spam of goals as I set them today. But really, like, to get my completion percentage up, it's 2.5%. That's really... It's 500 achievements. Like, it's not even
you
that
can do
many
that.
achievements. That's like a third of... Yeah. Well, that's not starting any new games. That's the key. But yeah, that's an easy goal to get over the 50% mark. The hard part is saying, no, stop starting new games and finish the ones you've already
Exactly.
played.
Game Pass doesn't help. That's for
No,
sure.
it doesn't.
Nope.
What about
So yeah. So that's the long-winded way of saying what I plan on
what about
doing.
you, El? You got any plans for 2019? Games you're looking forward to?
Oh, wow. Sure. Your favorite game, Crackdown. Oh, stop it.
It's not coming.
What game?
You have crandiitis. Stop it. Stop it now.
And there it is.
I dabbled in 1, never played 2, which
That's
I
fine.
apparently am okay with. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
Crackdown 3 yet?
Well, we'll see
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. It's either going to be really huge or it's going to die a slow death. We'll see what happens.
It'll come and go like a vapor.
Where are you getting these ideas from? We talked about it last week with, of course, Wakapeil 2. Presumably comes out this month.
Probably a little over 2 weeks, too.
No. We don't know.
Yeah, we think it's.
You missed. You blinked in Discord today and missed that conversation.
Yeah, we think it might be a stealth.
It comes
drop.
out in less than 30 days, supposedly.
And I
Yeah.
Suffice it to say, that
yes.
game's gonna be fun. Koosh, I already
I
played
jumped
it.
ship.
Traitor.
I did. But I stopped once I heard the news that it was definitely coming to the Xbox One. It was coming relatively soon. I stopped playing so I could get my achievements and not my trophies. That's definitely one of the ones I'm looking for. I'm also excited kind of about the smaller titles that are coming out, like Trials Rising. That's fun. No chance I'll ever complete it, but man, I like to I like to get beat up in that game. Devil May Cry 5, I'm looking forward to. That's kind of on the larger side. There's this awesome Assassin's Creed game called Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yeah, they haven't come out yet, so I will love to play those this year, probably.
Two Assassin's Creed games coming out this year.
I know. It's crazy.
Sounds
In the Moose household, yeah.
Crazy.
Yep. I'm excited for
That is a
Assassin's
great
Creed
game.
Black Flag.
That is so worth the head trauma that makes you
It
think
is
it comes
very
out this
good.
year. I would love to see something from Rayman. I want to see another Rayman platformer. I want to see I'd even take an endless runner again. I want
Shut
new
your
Rayman.
mouth. Nobody wants that.
It's not going to happen, but I want it. What about you, Foof?
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, 2 games I'm looking forward to. First one I probably won't play anytime soon is Kingdom Hearts 3. Played the first 2 back on the PlayStation 2. Really would like to replay those, but don't know. But I'm interested in that one. And the other game is Anthem. That game looks awesome. Destiny
on board with
meets
that.
Iron Man. Yeah, that looks cool. And it's from BioWare. I love BioWare. So,
Not so much on that point.
I love Mass Effect.
we can all agree they got some good stuff, but they did
That
make
doesn't count.
Andromeda.
No, Mass Effects 1 through 3, I love. That's an amazing world. So they can build a world. I'm really looking forward to Anthem. Gameplay that I've seen so far, it looks cool. And like I said, you're in an Iron Man suit. And I'm looking forward to that game.
Probably won't be helping your Foof, but
Not at all. That's the problem.
What about you, Corey? You've had a long time to prepare.
so Guacamelee 2, obviously, and since I've been researching Metroidvanias, I think I mentioned it last week, but a Burrito Tale, which is a character collecting puzzle Metroidvania about potato cats.
Yes, potatoes.
That's high on my list.
Yes, I remember that game. I'm so interested in that just from that description alone.
Yep, that's another one, and really, it's all the so many indie games come out that are just like little gems that you just don't even know about till they come out. So I don't even know what I'm looking forward to as far as that goes. As far as quote unquote AAA, Crash Team Racing. So
Yes. How did I forget that?
because you're not a real fan.
Oh, come on now.
He's got you there.
Sick burn.
I'm shocked nobody said Cyberpunk 2077. Is that just because you guys don't think it's coming out
Too
this year?
big. It's too big.
Okay. It is. It's crazy daunting.
I only seen the E3 trailer for that. It looks super interesting, but I know nothing else for it. Haven't seen anything else.
I've tried to go radio silent because there's no way I'm going to be able to avoid it because I did the same thing with Red Dead 2, where it's like, okay, just I'm gonna turn off all my eyes and ears
That's
on the
not
Twitter, and it's like, well, it's only the biggest game of the season, ever so far. Yeah, it's hard to miss. Cyberpunk's
I'm going to be very
something.
skeptical on it because I got The Witcher Gold Edition day one, pre-ordered it, and I've put in 45 minutes of it. Maybe an hour over 2 playthroughs.
I was gonna say that was
Yeah.
just the download.
Not my thing.
One thing, this is semi-unrelated to stuff coming, game releases coming out, but if you, there is a contest coming up in TA. We, of course, I am part of the community events team, and Planting gets all the credit because he's the manager. But I like to work in the background and have all my ideas, and then he just does all
That's
the
the way to
work.
do it.
Seems smart.
So, That's how you do it, right? You come up with all the fun stuff, and then you're like, oh, this is the plan. Just you guys execute it. Anyway, we are planning for, and there's still some kind of hanging things out there, but we're planning for an event aiming for February. We'll see if we can get the dev work done. Rich said he can do it, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's going to be a surprise, but I will tell you it is something that we've never done on site before. It is unique and different, and
come on.
I'm
Give us
excited.
an
It's going to be a lot of
exclusive.
fun.
Give us
Oh,
something.
baby.
Can't
Nope.
just drop
It's going to be on TA. That's the
Nope.
something.
edit that
Yep.
out.
So get on TV. Make sure you see what's coming up, because we got some, and even just in terms of ideas pitch. I mean, like I've pitched like 6 or 7 ideas of contests that I'd love to run on TA. That if I had the development backing of Ollie and Jack and Rich, well, I could make some really cool stuff. So I'm trying to see if he's gonna pick up on any of them. This one he really liked, and so we're getting it done first. But we also have to fit in the favorites and modify them so that people are interested. So there's lots of events that we're planning, both the big stuff and some little fun stuff sprinkled throughout there, because those are great too. Like the 12 Days of Christmas. I pitched that idea in last Christmas, and it was awesome. So we redid it this year.
So
Again,
much fun.
so
Yep.
much fun. I love
That was a
doing those
great
personal
contest.
challenges.
Second favorite.
Yeah. So those are super great, and so we're trying to find other ways to do stuff like that. But the February thing is very much in that vein. It's a personal, semi-competitive challenge, but it's mainly a personal goal. And I think this community will absolutely
Sweet.
love it.
To
All right. So we also have some community goals that we want to read out. First up is Sonoya.
Oh, goodness.
All
Senua.
right, you're fired. Ex Senua,
Senua.
our newest blabbermouth in Discord. He's got a very
That's
yeah.
saying something from you, Al.
He has 41,000 gamer score, so he's a quote-unquote noob. He's looking to get to 50,000 gamer score, a very low goal he set for himself. And when questioned about it, he said, I'll probably be a noob and go play some multiplayer shooter or something. So he's going to get in and get out, I guess. His alter ego, Fighter X Chip, is also going to be shooting for a goal of 50% completion percentage.
Is he as close as I am?
Well, he plays a lot of baby games,
You don't know.
so we'll see what happens. Our big movie star, Skeptical Mario, is looking to clear out his Xbox 360 backlog, and he was looking specifically to play games that are not backwards compatible. He wants to get those ones done, and I guess that makes sense.
Yep, that's smart.
And he wants to reach 10,000 achievements and 250,000 gamer score.
He can do it.
Ooh, I'm gonna hit 10,000 achievements in February.
And you just hit 250K, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Isrit told us a lot of stuff. He wants to reach 30,000 achievements, 1,000 completions, 750,000 gamer score, and somehow get
1,000 completions.
75% completion percentage.
He can do
Another
it.
relatively new gamer score person, Carpe Adam, 79 to be specific, is currently at 66,725 gamer score. But we've inspired him to shoot for not only 100,000, but 200,000.
He's hungry.
That's a double
Ooh.
foof.
He can
So-
do it.
Just so for the record, I don't know if anyone else had kids that this was, but the word "foof" for
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
kids that
Oh,
I
boy.
knew
Oh no.
replied to passing gas.
What?
So I'm not. Yeah. Where you just for kids, because we don't want them to say fart, that we'd say, "Oh, did you foof?" So
That's funny.
every time I hear that, I
my
can't help
gosh.
but
Is this
think
when you were little?
that's what's happening. No. I had a coworker, actually the woman who introduced me to my wife, to her son, said he would say
Oh
food
my
and
goodness.
pootie. So there's this woman who answered the door, and apparently her house just smelled terrible. And so he's like, "Oh, you pootie," and she's like, "Oh, thank you. That's so nice. I can't. It's really nice you said I'm pretty." No, you pootie. And yeah, she was not getting it that she smelled like farts. So
That-
oh man,
that I've
Poof,
never
that's your
heard.
wife's new gamer tag.
Poof. I think kids these days just say fart, and that's okay now. I think it was
Is that PC?
kind of dirty when we were growing up, but now it's okay.
Not-
It's also okay to say that things suck. You couldn't say that. Like,
that's true.
yeah,
Suck was a
now
very bad
kids
word
say it.
when I was growing
It's
up.
okay.
Now my kids say it all the time. I've been hearing my 7-year-old daughter saying everything's sick.
That's a compliment. That's sick, bro.
I know, but it's just like hearing her say, "Man, those are some sick moves." I'm like, "God, you're just
It's sick
You
and
playing
ill.
young for that."
with her or something.
Sick goal.
all right." No,
Our own Exe the hero
sorry.
is still collecting gamer score. He's trying to get 900,000. Wow.
Controllers?
Maybe. And an 83% completion percentage while he's at it. Head honcho, redemption denied. When questioned, only said that he was looking for world domination, to take more naps, and to eat less
Alright.
cheese. Perhaps he's lactose intolerant. We don't know.
Seems smart.
Maybe.
Mattism countered that he would like to eat more cheese. Well done, sir.
Yeah. Well, you need
I'm
to make up for
sensing-
what we're missing. You gotta
I'm sensing a
balance
power
everything out,
G-Task
yin
game
and
in the
yang.
making.
Let's see. Gouda. Gouda job. I don't know.
Where's Fug?
Yes.
Gouda
We need
denied.
Fuck to make a team name. All right. Good luck to our community in reaching those goals in 2019.
Bada bing.
Print it.
All right, guys. Well, guess that about do it for us. Unless anyone else has anything they'd like to add before we close out. All righty then. Well.
Yeah.
No, that's
Did you
good.
want me?
Gracious.
Okay. Cannibal
Yeah,
Corpse
it was
is
like
in
a
that?
scene. I don't even remember. It's been so long since I've seen the movie.
What
But
are the
he
subtitles?
went to like some sort of metal show, and he's going through into the mosh pit. And he's getting pushed around, and everyone's moshing and headbanging, and he's doing his stupid face and kind of dancing. Has no idea what's going on. And yeah, it's Cannibal Corpse. Hammer smashed face.
Hate your mother
There you
music.
have it. Yep.
So much of our community that's going to be lost
Brilliant.
on. Fighter Chip will get this. Okay, but yeah. If you enjoyed this show, please like and review us. It helps us a ton. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button. I had to say it with Freamwhole.
I got it from Macca, I think.
Yeah,
or
Rand says it a lot.
One of those two. Were they?
Oh, you shouldn't say nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I was giving you all the credit. I'll take it away from you.
No.
Now we gotta stop saying it.
Me do something original?
Nope.
Please.
Who needs originality? But also, be sure to follow the show on Twitter at Achievements101. Follow the Mixer at AH101. And if you want to talk to all of us, like we made mention a little bit ago, our Discord has been booming lately. It has been nuts in there. So much discussion. All of us that you hear is in there. If you want to join us and the rest of the community, join us at our Discord, discord.io/AH101. And Fream, if people somehow don't know, why don't you go ahead and plug all your things? Where can they find you?
Sure, I'm a Freamwhole everywhere. That's FREAMWHOLE. True Achievements, Xbox Live, and Discord. You can find me in a bunch of random crap. Like I said, I'm the community events contributor, not manager, contributor. And so, if you got ideas or things that you want implemented, like there's a great community forum section for this kind of stuff. Don't put it in there. I can't see that. I am terrible at reading those forums. They are a mess. So you can send me private messages, and I will totally give you credit for stuff. But I like getting ideas because then it spurns my creative juices, and oh boy, then we can make magic.
Well, there we go. Well, thank you for joining us, Frame. Great talking to you.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Talk to you next week. See you later.
Wait, I wanted to say something.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Always cutting me off. Just wanted to thank,
just like the butcher.
Just wanted to thank everybody in the Discord. You guys are crazy today, just insane. And you know who to blame? Rocker adding that me bot. I'm pretty sure is the cause of all of this. Is this your doing, Corey?
For good reason.
I guess it's working. People like to level up. It's like an
RPG. Who knew that people who like fake internet points want to get more fake internet points?
Who could have seen that
So
coming?
they're eligible for giveaways. Let's not forget that.
Yes, the whole point is to reward the active community with our giveaways instead of just posting them for everybody and their mother to see. So there's a point to it, and obviously people like to look at it. But keep the conversation going.
Yes,
you don't have to read every single comment. Lord knows I don't.
All right, well, with that, I'll see you later, guys. Talk to you next week.
Good night.
Bye.
Later.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
A very sequential segment with Matriarch, Exe the Hero, and Elroy and Exe. Love that guy.
It's 2019. The year has begun anew. With it comes fresh beginnings where people think that they will do things differently than they did before. Why, just the other day, I was listening to some podcast where the albino host said something about how this year I'm going to get a lot of achievements and this is going to be the year, and that he was going to change his ways. I couldn't help but to think that same individual had given me that same promise about this time last year when we were planning out our team for the G-Test. Thus, resolutions come and go, but it's never a bad thing to plan on something epic, and wouldn't you know it, but as an achievement hunter, you have the built-in advantage when planning out your resolutions to look no further than your Xbox Dash or your TA something or another, because there is much inspiration to be gained from many of the achievements. So get your writing utensils and bar napkins out. It's time to jot down some resolutions for the year with the help of top achievements that sound like good resolutions list. But first, we must start off the new year right. It's time for some pleasantries. I am joined today by an individual who had 5,285 achievements in 2018, worth 252,400 gamer score, and 339,239 TA, and who is currently ranked third on my friend's leaderboard behind Elroy, love that guy, who grabbed 683 more achievements, worth 701 more gamer score, and 12,342 more TA. He is Exe the Hero.
I think with all those numbers, the only thing that Elroy is trying to say is that it takes him utilizing the services of a certain student achievement factory to just barely edge me out. Like, do you have your own legitimate numbers? You know, the ones that don't violate the user service agreement? I mean, I probably doubled you if we're being honest. You know, that whole working at a real school thing, and I can still do those numbers? Scrub.
Yeah, I got 2 words here. Scoreboard. Yeah, or maybe that's one word. Is that one
I
word?
think that is one word, actually.
I got one word for you, man. Scoreboard.
Yeah, well, I got one word for you. Honorable mention. That's one word.
Oh.
Yeah, so let's get started with the honorable mention. Which, this week's honorable mention is a bit of advice that's not necessarily specifically just a New Year's resolution, but good to follow all the time, really. But nonetheless, it goes to More for Your Money from BioShock Infinite. Also, do yourself a favor and look up Biosloth. Just throwing that out there. It's not dirty in any way. And that's the truth. It's really not dirty in any way. So
Does it have anything to do with sloths?
it does. It does. Biosloth.
Huh. Is that kind of like a techno Viking, or is that something different?
It's just the cover of BioShock Infinite with a sloth instead of Booker's head. It's all good. Anyway, More for your money. To earn this achievement, it's pretty easy. You just have to lure 3 enemies into a single trap 5 times, which is basically killing 15 enemies for the price of 5. Whoa, Billy Mays here, and that's a better deal than OxyClean.
Oh, nice. Billy Mays reference. I love it.
Yeah. So, why is this...
Early merger.
So why is this a good bit of advice / a good New Year's resolution? I mean, who doesn't like getting more bang for your buck? Getting banged is basically always a good thing, unless you're like a quarter panel, I guess. And bucks are hard to come by when you spend them all on quality games like Tracks, so frugality is clearly the way to go. What are some advantages of being frugal? Well, most of the time, store brand products taste just as good as the name brand, so that's an easy way to save money. You can also buy a smaller quantity of it, since frugal people don't invite guests over. Since you don't invite guests over, you don't have to wear pants, which means you have to buy less laundry detergent. And that's not even talking about the freedom you get of not being oppressed by pants. Society says you need them, but my level of comfort disagrees. Doesn't that make you more comfortable knowing that I'm not wearing pants, Elroy?
Hey, man, I just assume it's in your genes.
Oh.
But, well, you say Billy Mays. I'm just thinking that slap chop guy. I'm not thinking of Billy Mays without pants on, but I'm thinking that slap chop guy. What was that guy's name?
Vince?
Yeah.
Is it Vince?
Okay.
No, it's Vince from ShamWow. I forget Slap Chop. You're gonna love his nuts, though. I do remember that. Sorry about that, everybody. So how else can getting more for your money help you this year? If you're frugal, you always have a few bucks in the bank in the event of an emergency, so you can rest assured that your cheap ass will be covered. Or, in my case, being frugal means that you can stock away some money for when a new controller comes out. Whatever your reason may be, getting more for your money is an admirable goal to head into 2019 with. Say, Elroy, what did the piggy bank say about being frugal and saving money?
I know this one. Cemetery.
Well, I don't know what he said, but it certainly made sense to him.
Right on. All right. I like it. So, saving money. That's always a good resolution.
Hey, yeah.
Well, I would like to follow that with number 3. Fitness Fan from Nickelodeon Dance. So this is an achievement that, well, this game is a Kinect game, and this achievement is worth 50 gamer score, or 58 TA, and is obtained for playing 4 workout songs in a single game. Wow. So, being a Kinect game, you're being bossed around by Dora, or more like Boar, if you know what I mean. God, but it's a game where Dora speaks in Spanglish, very select Spanglish, and telling you to all dance like the people and creatures that you see on the screen. And as long as something is in front of that camera, whether it be a giant stuffed monkey that sat in for me for a little bit, or rather you just sitting in a chair doing something else, whatever it is, Dora is satisfied, and the game progresses, giving you all the achievements. So, as for the experience itself, if you like the sound of children singing dumb songs, I don't, but maybe you do. If you like that, this may be the perfect game for you. You get to hear them sing such classics as Mary Had a Little Lamb, and there's this one particular aggressive song. I forget where it was, but it's this little kid like basically screaming about how he's running and he's going to beat you, and he's like, run, 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 run! And it's just like over and over, but it's like a little kid's voice, so it doesn't sound like that. But anyhow, spoiler alert. There's some song about running on there. So I completed this game over the summer while I was doing a summer class that I had to do. And so a little sidebar is this game takes pictures of you while you dance. I guess for blackmail purposes, that's all I can assume. I don't think anybody would actually ever want to keep these pictures.
For what it's worth, when I played that game, I wasn't wearing pants. So after every dance, I got to look at myself on my TV not wearing pants.
Oh, man. I'm sure Dora appreciated that.
I'm sure she did. That's why they're trying to run.
Yes. I'm not going to judge you for not wearing pants while playing a kid's dance game.
Oh, my God. When you say it like that.
But, people... different things for different, strokes for different folks, kind of a thing. But I won't let the school district up there know you don't want that trouble. So anyhow, well, for me, there's plenty of pictures out there of me sitting in a chair with pants on. You hear that, Shelby County Schools? I was wearing pants while playing this game that has little children dancing in it, and she kept yelling "Fantastico" and things like that. So. Was she yelling "Fantastico"?
She was. I don't want to hear it from you. She sure was.
So, anyhow, what makes Fitness Fan such a great resolution? Granted, it's not as good as a resolution as perhaps wearing pants while playing children dance games, but according to the Bing, it is number 2 on the most common resolution that people make, which is to get more exercise. Now, note, I did say exercise. I did not say extra fries. I could hear everyone kind of getting closer to their speakers there. Exercise. Size. Okay. So, anyway, this is why, also according to the Bing, gym memberships increased by 12% in January and account for a 33 to 50% increase in volume. Are you a gym goer, Mr. X?
I am not, Mr. Roy.
Well, anyhow, I don't go to gyms anymore. I have my own gym set up in my house, and it's a game changer. You don't have to drive anywhere. You just kind of go over there, and you can work out without pants on. See, it's right down your alley. So, but back in the day, I used to go to the gym, and I absolutely hated the January month because all these people come flooding through the gates, and they just made the machines busier, and they didn't know how to work them. So it's what would take a normal person, like, they get their 1 minute, exercise in or 30-second exercise in. These people would sit there and fiddle with everything for like several minutes and use it incorrectly and just tie up all the machines. So the pelt delt was obviously the worst because usually most gyms only have one of those, and there's a lot of options on those. You could either, do the pecs or the deltoids. So, they would get on there and they couldn't decide if they want to do which one. And then there's so many different things. And so I the only thing that brought me joy was knowing that by mid-January they'd be gone. So with Nick Dance, there's not just one, but 3 good resolution achievements. The first one is Fitness Fan, and it's a good one. You should enjoy working out, so you should be a fan of fitness. It shouldn't be something you dread. If you're dreading working out, it's basically time for a different workout. So there's only about 1 million or 10 foofs of workouts out there. So you should probably find something that you enjoy. There's something out there. Now, the second achievement that is good in this game is called Stretching Star. It's also worth 50 gamer score. It's gained from doing just 2 workout songs. So you'll get it probably en route to getting the 4 for Fitness Fan. But stretching, that's very equally important. Add some flexibility to your routines. You don't want to be a tin man walking around. Personally, I do yoga. It's also a great thing that you can get some check boxes in the department of things you can do with your wife. So you get credit for spending time, so you get more gamer time later. You can feel more justified. Also, yoga with kittens is really fun. And also it helps with sports. So if you're active on a sports team of some sort, it really does help. Like you take a hit in soccer and you just bounce right back up because you're not made out of tin. You're more flexible. And the third is Workout Wizard, where 50 gamers scored, and it's game for doing 8 workout songs in a single game. So twice as much as Fitness Fan. But being a workout wizard should come naturally. If you are not one of those individuals that join in January and quit in January, by the third week in January, you're probably well on your way. So the best tips I can give is don't do the same thing every time you freaking go to the gym. That's dumb. You'll stop seeing results. You'll get burned up. So change it up. Do different moves. You'll feel different results, and your body will be glad for it. So become a workout wizard. Learn all kinds of moves, and then you'll be able to adjust on the fly when someone who doesn't know what the hell they are doing camps out on the machine you want to use. Incredible!
All right. Well, speaking of exercise, do you know what an apple's favorite workout is?
Cemetery?
What? No, it's working the core, obviously.
Oh, man, I'm all about engaging that cord. You want me to talk about that for a
bit? I think we're good. But I do have one more pun for you. What did the buff fisherman say when you were admiring his arms?
It's like, Elroy, I didn't know you fished.
What? No. He said, "Stop looking at my muscles."
with two S's.
Right, and an EL, because he's a fisherman.
Right.
All right.
Number two.
All right. This week's number 2 doesn't go to one achievement in particular, but rather a collection of achievements from a variety of games, all of which involve friends. Because, come on, unless you're like me and Elroy and you don't actually want friends, it's probably a good resolution to follow the advice of Walking Dead Season 2 and rekindle with some old friends. This is the part in the game where you make it to the ski lodge and you reconnect with Kenny, which turns into a lovely friendship with absolutely no issues whatsoever for the remainder of the game. Because what could possibly go wrong when you reach out to old friends? Just like war, people never change, and that can only be a good thing. Plus, once you reach out, you can be like One Piece Burning Blood and ask, "Will you call me friend again?" Which is for completing a quest for the Queen, but is actually for opening up a good old can of nostalgia with some old buddies. Blast from the past. And again, if you're like me and Elroy and you don't have friends, but maybe you want some friends, you're in luck because the Making Friends achievement in Equalicious is for you. Just like the achievement involves you challenging a random player, so too can you challenge yourself by doing exactly what it says and making some friends. Because who doesn't love a good friendship? That doesn't work for you? Well, the identically titled Making Friends from Midnight Deluxe encourages you to bump into somebody new and build a budding friendship. I mean, if 2 games are suggesting it, it's obviously good advice, and good advice always makes for a good New Year's resolution. What's that? You're not sure how to actually acquire new friends? It's easier said than done? Well, it's your lucky day, because Refunked has your back with a good bit of advice. You ready? All you need to do is ask, "Can we be friends?" And not only will you have a sweet 200 gamer score for earning the achievement in under 8 minutes, but you'll also have a beautiful new friend, which takes even less than 8 minutes. What's the best part of a new friendship, you might ask? Nobody knows where it will go or what type of friendship it'll be. Maybe you've made friends in high places, as suggested by Minecraft Story Mode. Much like this achievement is simply earned by playing through the story, if your new friend is a fancy rich person, you'll get to enjoy the benefits of their status simply by going along and being a good friend. Nothing wrong with that. Unlike Minecraft Story Mode, though, you can't idle your way and be completely silent through your friendship, so you will have to put in a little bit of effort. Maybe your new friend takes a different spin, though, and you end up with friends with benefits, as suggestively suggested by Gears of War 2. While the achievement is for completing all acts in co-op, the real-life implications are also for completing all acts together. Except acts means positions. Whatever you do here, though, you don't want to end up like Black and White Bushido and get friend-zoned. Wompity womp womp womp. Whatever the outcome may be, though, Trivial Pursuit Live knows what's up and inspires us by letting us know that the real treasure was friendship. The irony here is that this achievement is for playing a 4-player local game, but I'm pretty sure most players just earn it solo. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine, because you should always be your own best friend. Like the Fuzzy Bear said, the best friendships should always be quality.
Nice. You know those things are like really vicious, right?
Yeah, they look cuddly, but they are wild bears.
No, man. I think they like lead in like zoo attacks. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe we'll have some stats for you on that next week.
I mean, they're wild bears.
That's a
so
tease, wasn't it?
Wouldn't be surprised. Just like pandas.
But they're so
super
cute.
cuddly.
Oh, yeah.
But
Pandas will rip your face off, man. Yeah, we got some of those in Memphis. Most people don't know that. We're like one of 3 zoos in the United States that have some pandas. So
interesting.
There you go. Yeah. Educational portion, maybe?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, that was it. Okay. Yeah, Memphis has pandas. Ba-bom. Now, number 1. Vegisaurus from Jurassic World Evolution. So this achievement is worth 15 gamer score and Michael Jordan TA. It is gained by releasing a Brachiosaurus. So let me give you a brief game overview because I am quite the expert. I am currently ranked 3rd amongst my friends because I have 74 points in this game, as opposed to Fufu with his 1,628. Thus, I feel I am quite the authority on this game. It is a resource game. It's all about making money. And I looked at the TA leaderboard, and I'm currently ranked 9,485th overall for making money in this game. So, out of approximately 12,000 gamers. So, my expertise on the table. You should definitely listen to what I have to say about this game.
Hey, this guy's top 80%. That is serious business.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just moving in the right direction on this. So, this achievement is for releasing a Brachiosaurus. So, in case you forgot everything you learned when you were like 6, 7, 8 years old, I think that's when the dinosaur phase hits.
That's about right.
That's the tall one that eats a lot of salad in the form of trees. This not to be confused with the source, which is the smart one that uses a lot of words that are similar and has an elaborate vocabulary. It is also not to be confused with the blonde dinosaur that delivers news to the other ones, the Dianosaurus. So, one can release this dinosaur, being the Brachiosaurus, not the previous mentioned ones, and the rest of the dinosaurs, which gets you other achievements, such as Clever Girl. Not Cover Girl. Clever Girl is the achievement for releasing the Velociraptor, as well as the Follow the Screams Chivo. That's a good name for an achievement. Follow the Screams Chivo for releasing the even more dangerous T-Rex, and the That's No Dinosaur Chivo for releasing the most unique dinosaur of them all, the Legally Blind I Don't Think He Saw Us. So, many dinosaurs to release. Here's how it works. You spend money mining fossils, and then you spend money extracting DNA from fossils, and then once you get a legit enough DNA percentage from those fossils, you can move forward with spending money to create the dino itself. As you progress, you can spend money to unlock new areas, to spend money mining it in order to get said fossils that you use to spend money with. So if you didn't notice, there's a lot of spending money in this game. Now, the fun part about this is that, I don't know if this is fun or not, but there's not a 100% chance of success. So you might spend all this hard-earned money on a Velociraptor, and you stick the Velociraptor into the old Create a Dinosaur chute, and you get a dead Velociraptor.
Oh.
So there's not a 100% chance of success, but there is a 100% chance that you will pay for it. So the more dinos you release and the more variety you release, the more visitors you get, and then it pretty much plays like a zoo tycoon. Basically, you get more money by them visiting your park and looking at all the different dinosaurs and blah, 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 blah. Now, once you get everything rolling and you're actually enjoying the game, well, they unlock another island. And it's like, what the? And so you get an achievement for that. That's the good thing. But the bad part is you go over to that island, and basically you have to start over from square one doing everything you just done for the previous hour or so. So then you have to keep track of not just the area that you had under control, but the new area. So speaking of which, there's also a Jeep that you drive around in.
Jeep.
Yeah, it sounds just
I
like
just
that.
needed to say
And you
that, yeah.
Yeah, and you drive around, and you do maintenance as crap happens. And so it basically turns into a work simulator. And as you know, I just love work simulators. Oh, my God, I just love those work simulators.
Should we talk about Professional Farmer 2019?
Yeah, well, I'm going to say, it's kind of the off season right now, but once the spring gets in there, my Uncle Gary and my Uncle Kenny, they, if you want to go work some farms, I'm sure that they would be more than willing to put you to work. So, anyhow, where was I? Oh, yes. So my experience with this game, being the expert that I was, I created a pen, and then I put a bunch of herbivores in there, and I was like, oh, this is a pretty easy game. And I hadn't quite built another enclosure yet, and I kept getting these different dinosaurs that I could, create, and they kept saying your park needs more dinosaurs. So I finally create this tiny little thing. I don't know what it was, but it was apparently the first carnivore you get. And I'm like, well, I got these things. They're bigger than this thing, and I'll just keep it well stocked with meat. And so I'll put a bunch of meat stations inside this herbivore cage, and then that'll keep the carnivore from causing any problems. Let me tell you, this little prick, he killed every last damn dinosaur I had in that enclosure. I don't even know how it was possible. It was like he was just killing them. He didn't eat them. They were just laying there. And so my park, I had a major setback because there was all these dead dinosaurs laying around in my park, and then you have to airlift their damn corpses out of there, and it's a thing. And I didn't have a very good experience with this game. But I had a good enough experience to rate 9,485th NTA on it. So,
certainly impressive.
I stuck with it that long enough before I'm like, oh, hell no. And so what makes Vegisaurus such a great resolution? Well, according to the Bing, it is number 1 on the most common resolution people make, to eat healthier. And I didn't mention it earlier when you were talking about all the money stuff, but that was actually number 3, to save money. So we hit all top 3 on the big board. So
very nice.
Man, we would have killed it on Family Feud this time around. But Vegisaurus implies that you will go beast mode on the veggies. So 1 salad a day. Your body will thank you. Think WWVD when you start cooking. What would the Vegisaurus do? And the meat does not have to be the hero of the dish. Start with a salad. Maybe add some baked chicken on top of it if you really feel like you need the extra protein. But stay away from the red meat. You only need that once a week, or at most 18 ounces per week. So now, granted, this diet is not for everyone. Is it for you?
Really, all I have to say is that if I were to become a vegetarian, that would just be one huge missed steak.
But only 1 missed steak per week. So lots of people can't handle this diet. They prefer to eat whatever and then die young from heart attacks, fight diabetes for years, suffer from high blood pressure, or many other preventable problems that you could avoid if you just don't eat stupid.
Tell us how you really feel, Elroy.
But I have said it once. I will say it again. Abs are made in the kitchen. Also, take up this resolution, because if you don't become a Vegisaurus, you'll likely get Jurassic by your body. Vegisaurus, nom nom nom.
Okay. So, how can you tell if someone is vegan?
I'm sure they'll tell you about it.
Well, that's true. They do need to tell you that every 13 seconds, just like people who CrossFit and people who vape.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yep. Well, you ready for a additional bonus top 3? Elroy's top 3 resolutions. Number 3, train Giggle Pig. Number 2, play less Xbox. Number 1, be a better husband to the amazing Kelly Kelly.
I can one-up that with top 3 Xbox controllers and X the Hero's opinion. Number 3, Phantom Black. Number 2, Sea of Thieves. And number 1, Crimson Omen. Woo! So, reach out to us. Contact us. Do that stuff. We're on the internet, which is this crazy new thing where you can contact strangers and make new friends. Perhaps friends with benefits. Just make sure that,
they're wearing pants.
Yeah, make sure you wear pants when you're trying to make new friends. And, yeah, we're there. We're on the internet. It's crazy. X the Hero and Elroy OMJ. Whoa! Just look us up. Whoa!
All right. Well, thanks again to everyone for a great previous year, including to M, who wasn't with us. We really enjoy recording with her. We'll hopefully have her back next week. So we look forward to countdown for you throughout the 2019 year. But for now, let the countdown to our next list begin.
Is that my cue?
No.
Now. What if I don't want it to begin now? What about right now?
Just go put some pants on.
I don't want to put pants on.
Dora will thank you. Bueno!
Memories are funny things. The good ones fill our lives with meaning, with context, with clarity. While other memories can deceive. The ones that make you believe that you know the truth, those are the dangerous ones. When you look back on the decisions you've made in your life, the one thing you don't want to feel is regret.
Welcome to another Waka's Weird Wonders Quickie of the Week mashup. Sometimes I wonder what happened with licensed games. You know, the movie or TV series tie-ins that usually were not very good but often provided some degree of entertainment for its fans. I might have been slow on picking this up, but they are apparently free-to-play mobile games nowadays of even more questionable quality than they were in yesteryears. Where was I going with this? Oh, Gemini Heroes Reborn is a rare licensed game that is probably more fun than the content it was licensed from. I've not seen the show, but word on the World Wide Web is that Heroes Reborn TV series was not very good and got cancelled after the first season. Released early in 2016, this low-budget rush job Unreal 4-powered first-person shooter without actual shooting, based on an unpopular TV series license I never expected to be good. Nevertheless, my interest was piqued when I learned that it was made by some developers of the cult classic PsyOps: The Mindgate Conspiracy. While certainly rough around the edges, Gemini Heroes Reborn does just enough right to hold together, and when it breaks, it does so in a spectacular fashion that is more likely to put a smile on your face than a frown. During the around 5-hour story, the protagonist goes from a rather unremarkable young lady to a goddess of time, death and destruction. While your opponents are armed, you never pick up their equipment as you get more and more powerful psychic powers. That makes dealing with the less than stellar enemy AI a breeze. Your abilities break time, space and often the game engine, as enemies have a tendency to get stuck in walls and ceilings as you use your telekinesis to violently fling everything that is not nailed down, including the enemies themselves, at the poor gods patrolling the area. Seamlessly jumping between timelines, appearing behind your unsuspecting enemies and downing them with huge crates or their bodies during a firefight does not provide much of a challenge, but it can be really fun. For those with fond memories of PsyOps or Second Sight, this modern take on the psychic superhuman genre will likely find a lot to like about Gemini Heroes Reborn. Everything about it feels rushed and unpolished, but it never broke in a bad way while I was playing it. Others have been less fortunate with glitched achievements and other technical issues. A completion will take you around 5 hours, with collectibles being the biggest issue. Just over 800 of the 1,900 starters on TA have completed Gemini Heroes Reborn, earning its 1,000 gamer score and 1,250 TA. There is also a separate German version, which I should figure out how to get next time it gets a discount.
Yeah, we need to create a anime channel and then just silence it. Probably, yes.